Hello everyone and welcome. Today we have a GameCube here that I picked up. Overall it works great. Game controller works, outputs video, reads disc great, works and functions nicely, but it has one issue. It has no audio. So we got to figure this out. So I've done a quick little research and into this problem. And some people talk about an issue with the power to the audio amp. So let's get it apart and have a look. So we will take this apart. All right, we'll set those aside. These out of our way. And off comes our top. All right. All right, well, Nintendo didn't want these things to fall apart. They sure put a lot of screws. So let's get the power switch assembly out. 2 screws here. Take those off. So plug the connector. There's our power switch off. Front, they just push on, so you just push forward. Unplug our ribbon cable here. Set that aside. Now, let's take out all of these screws. 1. Let's pop this back off. And in the front, we have a couple long ones here. Let's pop those out. All right, let's see. Up comes our ROM. And there is the insides of our unit. So let's hook up our power. Put our power switch back on again. And let's hook in our Let's hook in our our power supply here. All right. We should be able to fire this up. And quick little research. I did find a couple things talking about the voltages on the audio app. So let's switch to that. So here, found this on a website, and it discusses input voltage 5 volts to 12 volts to power the audio amp. So we are getting no power, seems like, to our audio amp. So let's switch it on. All right. Unit is powered up. Now let's find a couple spots here. So we are going to switch over. So we are going to be looking for, looks like, let's rotate this a bit. This looks maybe where we're going to be checking our voltages. So let's have a look here. Let's switch again. So let's just check here. We're not getting a whole lot of voltage there. We are getting a little bit of something, but it's not much. Now, they're also showing, let's see if our capacitor, what we have, nothing there. Let's go check. We're on this side here. Our power distribution board mounts below the system and comes up through this pin header on the side. So let's check this pin here. What do we got there? All right. Change our scale a little here. Let's go to 5 volts or 10 volts. Let's go to 10 volts. All right, so what do we got on the first one? We are getting, looks like 5 volts. We are getting 5.18 volts. All right. Now, another shot here of our power distribution board. We should be getting, let's see, we have voltages at our pin header. Let's have a look here. Okay, so let's look again at this shot here. So this shows us our power output. So we know we have 5 volts on the one corner. It looks like we have 5 directly across it. And we have supposed to have 12 volts right below it. So let's go back here. So confirm again. Got 5 volts there. You can see that. 5 volts there. Next one down, we're doing the red pin, and we got nothing. We're getting a little bit nothing there. So I have a feeling says that this audio amp diode should be getting 5 to 12 volts. Now we are getting nothing on it. So that diode in the circuit should be feeding. We look down here again, right here, it says input should be 5 to 12 volts for the audio input. This here, so this is where it says 5 to 12 volt audio input here. This is where I was checking, so we have a 5 volt here, 5 volt here. This pin here should be 12 volts, and we are not getting 12 volts on it. So I have a feeling we are not feeding into any power to our audio circuit, and that's why we have nothing. So I'm just curious, it does say these capacitors, let's check these really quick. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. I have a feeling our audio circuit, well, we have a little bit of something there, but maybe just noise. All right, let's get the power supply out. We need to get a close look at that, and to get at the power supply, we are going to have to take out the main board, and we'll find that underneath. All right, let's get these screws out. Let's see what we can get here. We need to get our main board out. All right. All right, so there's our main board. There's our header here that brings up the power from the low voltage power supply down below. So that low voltage power supply is below this heat shield. All right, let's pop that, and there is our power supply board. Now, if we want to get that out, looks like 4 more screws. And let's pull our wire through here a bit. There we go. So I have a feeling, set this to the side. I have a feeling that this is where our issue lies. So we can power this up again. We just need the board here. Plug this back in. And let's plug our power back in. All right. So now we start this up. Fan is on, so we're getting power. So let's switch over again. There's our board. So let's check again. Gotta find a good ground here. Let's just grab a corner here. All right, now see if we can find a good spot to ground out here. Back to our diagram here, I think we can pick up a ground. So we have ground in the bottom corner. Let's use our meter quick. I'm gonna switch over to that. All right, let's bring our meter in. All right, now these upper pins here should be ground. Let's take a look here, ground. Top one should be 5 volts. Yep, 5 volts. Next pin over should be 12 volts, and we got nothing. All right. So we don't have any 12 volts coming out of the power supply. All right. Let's have a close look at this. All right, so we have 12 volts coming through. Now let's see, do we have a fuse here somewhere? Let's take a quick look here. See if we got anything labeled a fuse. We do have one here. We have one right here. It's labeled 2 amp. 2 amp fuse. So let's go into continuity. So right here, F1 2 amp it's called. That would be good for a good fuse. This fuse is blown. Now, why did our fuse go? Do any of our caps look bad? If we have any balloon ones, they don't look it. What we could do though, since we know this is 12 volts here, let's go to our 12 volt output and to ground. We don't have a short to ground on our 12. Alright, so our 12 volt line seems to be good. So what I think I will do, this fuse here, I'm going to remove it and replace it with a new one. It does have it listed as a 2 amp. And I think I have a few 2 amps in supply. So we are going to change that. And when I do, I will be right back and we'll give it a look. All right, let's continue putting this together. Switch over to a better magnetic here. All right, let's put our drive back in place. And one thing I like to do before I drop the drive in, this front piece, this ribbon cable, it's much easier to slide it in when you haven't got the drive in yet. So just plug it back, push it back in. All right, and just leave it forward. All right, then we can drop our drive in, snap it down. Get your little round pieces for the card reader. Let's pop those in. All right, now, Nintendo did not want this thing to fall apart. Let's put our screws in. Now, a lot of times when I put these plastic screws in so that you reuse the old screw hole, when you drop them in, turn it back until you hear the click, and then so go back counterclockwise and then clockwise to screw it in. So you hear the click, tighten it up. So make sure to not use filling one of the holes for the switch. Now, one thing I like to do on the back here are two little actuators. These can break really easy. These are the ones that tell you the cover is closed and to supply power to the laser. So what I like to do in that situation, when I put the top on, I make sure that I have the top door open. So with the top door open, it won't accidentally snap those off. So just put these on, then close the door, flip it over, and let's put our security screws in. Okay, those are all back in. Put our little covers back on. All right, now let's get our power. Got power. Let's get our video cable. All right, we got power and video, and a gamepad, and a game. What else? Mario Kart. Nothing better. All right, let's open it up. All right. Now, let's switch over to the input. And let's see what happens. All right, so we're getting settings were lost for the calendar and that's because it needs a new battery. So I'll have to look at getting a new battery. And there's Mario Kart. Let's hit start. And to me, that looks like the audio is working again. There we go. We have a working GameCube again. It's reading this. Now the only thing left, I will have to get a new battery, because most likely the battery has died over the years. And next time I'll just change that out, and I'm going to have a great working GameCube again. Let's see. Start it up. Well, that looks like a success. We have working sound. So, if your GameCube has no sound, this is something you may want to check. It's a little tiny fuse. It's just an SMB 2-amp fuse. Replaced it. Everything's working great. Didn't look like there was any shorts. I'm not sure why the fuse went, but replacing it and it's working great. So, everyone, have a nice day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.